Hi, I'm going to introduce you today to Lloyd Gee. He represents, he's the project manager for Helios, a charity here in the UK. He will talk today about how therapeutics can be plants to boost our immune system. Especially he's talking to a group of people with HIV and how plants can help with their immune system. Hope you enjoy.
I mean, just to very briefly say, Helios is just basically down that road, turn right, quite close to here, and we provide a whole series of different therapies, talking therapies and physical therapies, mainly to people living with HIV, and it's quite a sort of nice place to be. Helios itself likes to think of itself as a community, so you can go there for if you've got emotional problems. There's various different talking therapies. For back pain, you might be looking at acupuncture, and all our therapies are there for people who otherwise couldn't afford them. So they're for people on low wages, and there's estimates that there actually are 50,000 species being used and traded around the world for herbal medicine. 50,000 different herbal medicines, quite staggering. Now, plants, they produce what's called metabolites, which are originally, well, for the plant, it's their own chemical protection against pathogens, funguses, bacteria, viruses which attack plants. And many of these compounds we've discovered are useful for humans. So very, very common on almost any plants will be some sort of antimicrobial properties, because the plant has to protect itself from those microbes. Lavender is probably most known for its essential oil, its smell. And that smell, if you get the essential oil, put it in an infuser, it's beautifully calming, it's very relaxing. Lavender is really calming. The rosemary actually gets you more alert. So it brings blood to the brain, it gets you thinking a lot better. They actually did some experiments. They took the essential oil of lavender and had one group, they had one group doing some sort of test in one room, and they put rosemary essential oil in another room with the same test, and then a group which had no essential oils. And the people smelling the rosemary were doing considerably better than the people who had the lavender, who were doing, and the people who didn't have either were sort of in the middle. So if you're actually about to take an exam and you're feeling a bit nervous about it, then lavender is probably not the best thing to do. But like anything, it does have medicinal qualities. The most obvious one is going to be antiseptic. So if you sort of took a leaf and crossed it up, it will have some antiseptic qualities.
This is a bay leaf.
Bay leaf, yeah. COVID seems to be where it's causing problems. It is actually the cardiovascular system. Another thing to think about.
So you're saying, hawthorn would be actually helping to prevent some COVID symptoms?
I'm not saying it prevents it, but it can be useful in terms of making sure that the cardiovascular system is in better shape, so it can actually cope with the effects of it.
Okay.
Which is very nicely flowering for us at the moment. Calendula is absolutely fantastic plant. It's mainly the flowers which we use, and it has some great qualities, especially for wound healing. The principal use of raspberries actually is a very good uterine tonic, so it can be used for somebody who's wanting to get pregnant, to actually use before pregnancy, to actually improve the quality of the uterus, and a lot of people actually use it throughout pregnancy. During pregnancy, you have to be very careful of what herbs you are taking because some could be damaging. But generally, raspberry leaf is considered pretty safe. Now, it's quite important to mention St. John's wort because it's a very, very good herb, but it's also, when you're looking at drug interactions, almost every single time you look at the sheet that comes with drugs, it will say, do not take St. John's wort when you're taking this drug. And the reason for that is that it actually helps the liver work much more efficiently than normal.
The name of this, sorry, again?
St. John's wort.
But this is a variant.
So Hypericum is the Latin name.
Okay.
This will be a Hypericum, whatever it is. I'm
not too
sure.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. And again, you would take it as a tincture, or when I know there is
tablet, tincture.
Tablets.
I mean, it's one of the most commonly. It's one of the most common.
Yeah.
Ones you'll find in shops as tablets.
Yeah.
But it's also the one that has the most cautions. So, I mean, definitely with antiretroviral drugs, it will say do not take St. John's wort. It makes the liver work far more efficiently than it would otherwise, and it actually clears the drugs from your systems very quickly. So, in one sense, it's doing a great job, but not the job you actually want it to do when you take it. Otherwise, it's actually a very powerful antiviral drug, antiviral herb. Again, particularly on the herpes family of viruses. It's most known for its effect as an antidepressant.
Antidepressant, yeah.
And it works very similar to some of the antidepressant drugs.